Hi everyone. I'm joining you today from my sunny office on a cool November morning. By now I've no doubt had the pleasure to get to know some of you, and I expect that to continue. If you haven't been in touch, then I urge you to drop me a line sometime to introduce yourself. As you may know by now, there are several, at times competing, ways to understand race and racism in sociology. We won't be going over them all during this course, as that would not only be burdensome, but also a tad too theoretically boring to most of you. Instead, I have selected an overview of some of the most common theoretical approaches in sociology. One of the most important objectives of this course is for you to be able to identify different approaches and, in the best case scenario, to compare them. Keep this in mind during the first half of the course. This week's first reading focuses on a very particular approach to the understanding of racism in society. Robert Miles is a leading sociologist of racism. In fact, his book Racism, published in 1989, continues to make important contributions to the study of racism in contemporary society. In it, he outlines a Marxist social constructivist approach to the study of racism. As you may know, Marxists generally place the study of interrelated economic and political factors at the forefront of their work. This approach, often called Marxist political economy or simply political economy, focuses on the material conditions that make certain inequitable social relations possible. These material conditions, for example, income distribution, wealth inequalities, wage structures, tax codes, industrial production practices, and etc., all structure the life chances of different social classes of people. The social constructivist approach looks to explain how certain key concepts in society, such as gender, sexuality, and race, are made according to particular social and political processes. This approach challenges the normative understanding of gender as something we are born into, or as a category that exists prior to human intervention. On the contrary, social constructivists want us to consider how all social categories are invented by humans to make meaning about observable human differences. Knowing this, it is possible to highlight Miles' most important contribution to sociological studies of race and racism. First, he rejects the category of race altogether, since it does not correspond to a natural division of the human population, but one that is created by humans, Europeans in the 18th century, to create and maintain inequalities. To illustrate his key theoretical point, Miles places race in scare quotes throughout his text. Second, as a way to remedy the use of race as a category, Miles introduces a definition of racialization, or the social process whereby ideas about race, whether biological, for example, physical characteristics such as facial features, skin color, hair texture, or cultural, for example, a group's practices, language, worldview, coalesce to form what we consider races. This is not a natural process. It is one deeply embedded in changing social and political relations.